Hello everyone, I'm making this video for people who wants to learn Houdini but finds it difficult to learn and intimidating. And we're gonna discuss some fundamental and the mentality you should have to understand how it works and how you should approach it. And I hope at the end you have a better understanding of the computer graphics and how they work. So let's get started. Learning Houdini can be very tough at the beginning because it doesn't look or feel as simple as other 3D software such as Maya, 3ds Max or Blender. In other DCCs, you just spawn a cube and begin your modeling journey, or follow some strict paths to achieve what others have done through maybe, I don't know, YouTube tutorials. You learn over time and mostly memorize what you and others have done. However, in reality, all DCCs work in exactly the same way under the hood, and Houdini is the only software that reveals what is under the hood and allows you to use it. So, what is under the hood then? It is this combination of data engineering and computer graphics. Let me give you more information about data engineering. So what is data engineering? Data engineers build systems for storing, processing, and transforming data. We use the systems they build in everyday life, from banks, and airport counter systems to hospitals and university systems. These systems allow us to validate information, store it, and then analyze it to make better decisions and take action. In data engineering, we create data warehouses, or more broadly, databases, and data analysts or scientists retrieve the relevant data from these places to analyze it. This process follows the ETL or ELT framework, extracting data, transforming it, and loading it. So we also design databases, deciding whether each system will be used for analytics or for fast day-to-day operations. For data warehouses, we use structured data. Structured data is organized into rows and columns. It generally consists of tables that represent real-life entities, and these tables have their own attributes, which are called columns. We create attributes, give them a name and a data type, and then assign a value. These attributes define the entities they belong to and give them their characteristics. If a new attribute, or let's say column, needs to be added, we update the table and therefore the entity. So in the end, we manipulate entities through information contained in their data. Let's say we have an entity called customers in a bank system. Based on the information we have about the customers, we can decide whether we should give credit to a person. Therefore, we manipulate people in real life. We decide their next move just as we manipulate a point in 3D space. Let's have a look at Houdini. In Houdini, we also have a database. This database is actually your topology or your volume. Your entities are predefined. Your entities are predefined, and they are points, primitives, and vertices. Or if you work with a volume, voxels. These entities, which we call classes in Houdini, have their own attributes. These attributes give characteristics to the entities they belong to. For example, a color attribute determines the color of the entity. As another example, you can create a velocity attribute on a point and use it in a simulation so that the point can fly through 3D space. We constantly add, change, delete, and transform these attributes while creating visual effects. In the end, we manipulate entities. In this case, they can be points, primitives, vertices, or voxels. This process is called attribute manipulation and transformation. In data engineering or data analysis, it is called data transformation. So what do we use to do all of this? In Houdini, we can use Vex or more shader graph like VOPs, where you plug in plug into node to node, wire the nodes to another node, and for attribute manipulation we do this. Wix is very similar to actually SQL, and in my opinion is better developed. SQL is a very straightforward language that helps you create tables, create and update attributes, and query, retrieve values from those tables. Wix does the same thing in Houdini. You access the point table by running Wix code over points. Then you can add new columns, attributes, change their values, or delete them. So at the end, understanding that you are not just visually playing with cubes but working with data helps you understand what you are actually dealing with. An FXTD or anyone using any DCC is actually a data engineer, or let's say data analysts at the end of the day. So be aware of who you are and work smarter. You are making art by manipulating data, and I think this is fascinating. So enjoy.